Okay, here we go. Okay, we are live now. Okay, let me just post this on Twitter here. Okay. I hope everyone's having a great day today. Okay, Okay, I'm really sorry that I started the stream kind of late today, guys. I just had so many things to take care of today. So I'm sorry for the stream being, kind of late on the start. But next streams I will start much earlier, so apologies for that. Okay. Okay, hi everyone, how you guys doing? Okay. Okay, here we go. Okay, anyone who needs help selling, if anything, invite me and I'll help you sell. I don't know whose buzzer this is. Oh, thank you, Julius, for the super chat. I do appreciate it. Thank you. Well, I'm not in New York right now, Game Clips. I'm back home in the Midwest. But I'll visit New York again during the holidays.
Airspace entry granted. Make your way to the hangar.
I'd say the worst GTA Online update is them removing 180 vehicles, aircrafts, water vehicles this year. Oh, yeah, I would kind of agree with that. Thank you, Julius, and thank you, Xavier. Thank you, guys, for the super chats. I do appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Okay, I can help you at the end with your heist, Rex. Looking sharp, Patrick. Thank you. Okay, let me go and help Brandon. Oh, Brandon's thing is right here. Brandon, you might as well invite, invite me to your... Hang on here. I'll help Brandon. He's right here. Brandon, invite Sophistry, because Sophistry is right here, too. Your recent release video screening is completely zoomed in by 1.5. Can barely see the health bar, HUD, ambient subtitles aren't visible either, Pat. Oh, I'm sorry for that. Yeah, I think I had an issue with that where it was zoomed in a tiny bit. So I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about that, Lyndon. Yeah, apologies for that. Were you still able to enjoy the video? Because I wanted you to see my reaction the first time to it, but my clip did get glitched out a bit.
Okay, these buyers can't be seen to touch down on U.S. soil, so they're picking up the shipments at altitude. Get your Marshall off-roader and get to the site. Okay,
thank you for that super chat, Lyndon. Do I plan on doing any more videos on real-life locations? Yes. I'm gonna be doing a video on a real-life location in, real-life location for a video game. It's not gonna be a GTA, but it's gonna be a real-life location. It's gonna be... The only thing I'll say about this is the video that I do on a real-life location, it is going to be, it's an open-world game, and it's a crime game. That's what I'll say about it. So it's going to be a video that I'm going to have in November. In November, I'm going to visit this place. And it's a, and I want to visit there during November because when that open world game takes place is kind of when it's the fall, season 2. So it's an open world game. It's a crime game too. It's an open world crime game. And I'm going to visit the real life location for it. I've done a playthrough of the game on the channel too. I'm doing a hint on that. Yeah, I can do more Saints Row 2 streams. I can do them, yeah. going to North Korea? No. Yeah, a few people had gotten the city right. Hi, Fernando. Okay. Hi, Mark. The cleaner company mercs are obviously going to be mainly in their default outfits now. Commandos look more prepared, sometimes wear night vision goggles, plus with black. Thank you, London, for the super chat. Thanks, man. Will I ever stream my playthroughs? The only time I stream playthroughs is when it's like it's an open world game, usually with a lot of content, and then I'll usually do a stream of that. Hey, Lewis. But London, were you able to enjoy the video? I'm sorry about it being zoomed in a tiny bit. I know it was like that. The game wasn't the one who bugged out. It was my OBS who bugged out and zoomed in a tiny bit, but I fixed it afterwards. But I didn't know what I should do with the clip. I figured I would upload it because it was my reaction the first time, and I wanted you guys to see my reaction the first time playing it. How would you feel if you stayed at a 5-star luxury hotel? Probably pretty good. Depends on what hotel, though, but... You should do a Punisher PS2 playthrough. Okay, Wings of Legends, I could do that. Thank you for the super chat. Thanks, man. Just edit the OBS zoom, or is that impossible at the moment? No, I fixed it. So the next part of Max Payne is going to be normal. I'm sorry it was a tiny bit zoomed in, but were you able to still enjoy the video? It sucks when ups cut my hours and not going to work. I haven't been working all week because I feel like they're going to replace me with new people. Thank you, Sleep Punch Man. Yeah, that is a fear that bosses will try to replace their longtime employees with new people because they can pay them less. I'll say, though, that if your boss is going to replace you with somebody that's new, you don't need a boss like that. That's just what I would say is, don't stress about it because there's nothing that you can really do at that point. I guess just the only thing I would do if I was you if you're worried that they're going to replace you with new people at your job, what I would do if I was you is start putting in those job applications, look for places, just so that you have like a backup plan in case your boss tries to replace you with somebody. You know what's kind of ridiculous about a lot of these jobs? What's ridiculous about them is that they expect you to give them 2-week notice when you're quitting. But when they fire somebody, they just fire them the first day. They don't give them 2-week notice. So that's what's disgusting about a lot of these companies.
Look.
What's my opinion on Eustace Bag from Courage the Cowardly Dog? Oh, well, the thing about that is Eustace Bag is a scumbag, let me go to Brandon's business. Eustace Bag is a scumbag, but he's still a scumbag when you get older. But, like, if you look at a character like Squidward, Squidward isn't really much of a scumbag. It depends obviously on the episode, but it's obviously SpongeBob and Patrick are the ones who are causing him a lot of problems, a lot of issues, a lot of times. And so when you get older, you kind of relate more to Squidward than you do to SpongeBob and Patrick. Do you have to give them 2-week notice? Here's the thing. If you quit a job, typically you don't have to give them 2-week notice. Typically, it depends on the situation. If you have a contract with them, your contract might have a clause in there that says that you have to give them 2-week notice. But in a lot of other places, no, you don't have to give them 2-week notice. However, though, what I'll say to you is that unless you really dislike your coworkers, like the only time that I would abruptly quit a job is if you really dislike your coworkers. Like, if you really dislike your coworkers and you really dislike your boss, then just quit. Just walk out. Just do that. Unless you have like a contract that says you can't, unless you give them 2-week notice. But if you have some coworkers that you like at that job, but you still want to quit, then just give your boss 2 weeks notice. And you want to do that just so that your coworkers that you like don't have a ton of extra work and that you can at least leave off on good terms with them. That's what I did. Because at my job, I was getting tired of it. I couldn't stand the company that I worked for. I couldn't stand a lot of the management. But however, though, there was a few coworkers that I had that were very nice to me. And we always, we always got along with each other. And I didn't just want to just walk out one day after, 6 years of working there and have my coworkers, a ton of extra work because they're one man short and they don't have anybody to hire yet. So that's basically what I did, is I just wanted to leave off on good terms. That's why I gave 2 weeks notice at my job when I quit. So it really depends on the situation. If you have some people at your job that you like, give them 2 weeks notice, just so that they don't have to go through that much, stuff, when they're one man short. But if you really don't like your coworkers, then just you don't have to give them 2 week notice, just walk out. That's it really depends on the situation. That's what I would say about it. Take this one then. Modern Warfare 3 zombie videos? Yeah, we could possibly do videos on that, yeah. played zombies in Red Dead 1? Yes, I have. And we're gonna do an Undead Nightmare playthrough for Halloween. We'll do it. Can you fly a little lower, Brandon? Oh, happy early birthday, Yara. Same old-ass content, bro, milking his viewers like Rockstar is with GTA 5. I'm not milking anything. I do a GTA 5 stream every Sunday. This is just what I do. And the thing about this, dude, is if you've actually watched my channel for years, you would know that I went for like a whole year without doing any GTA 5 streams, like nearly a whole year, because I was just so burnt out from the game. And then last year I only started doing GTA Online streams again. So that's, you know, I have a schedule. I do Sundays GTA streams, Fridays Red Dead, and I'm considering adding payday streams. So that's, why do drug addicts break into people's houses? They break into people's houses so that they can get money for their drug habits. This is what I don't understand sometimes, guys. I don't understand this. Is I have people that post comments on my channel, and I do read the comments a lot. And I read these comments sometimes, and these people like leave comments, and they say, "Oh, play it, do something different. You know, all you do is you just play GTA Online. Do something different." And so what I do is I start playing other games. I do playthroughs of other games, and then I see comments come up which are saying, "Why are you playing this game? Why aren't you playing GTA?" And I'm like thinking to myself, it's like, I thought you wanted me to like do something different. And that's like that's what I don't understand. It's like, I remember like years ago I had like people coming on my channel and they were like leaving comments saying that I was running out of ideas and to do something different. And then when I start playing other games, they're like, "Why are you playing other games?" And it doesn't, I don't understand. Well, thank you, Banana. Do I think GTA 6 trailer is going to come out this month? Maybe. It could really come out any moment. Just do you and ignore the haters. Well, thank you, man. Thank you, guys. I think part of my HUD is turned off, yeah. I think that's what's going on here. Because I don't see the time on my screen. There we go, fixed, okay. There we go, all set here. Well, I'm gonna help Rex at the end of the stream, Kirsten. If I have time, I might be able to help you with your heist. Return the sheep tacos to suffer my curse. Well, thank you, Jimmy. Thanks, man, for the super chat. There was a ladder there. Oh, whatever. It just swam to shore.
Well.
Have you ever had a robbery in retail before? No, thankfully. As of now, trying to apply for Target for 4 a.m. stock. Ooh, that's kind of rough working like the night shift, though. Thank you, MG Infinite, and thank you, Sleep Punch Man. Just Sleep Punch Man, just make sure that if you apply for a night shift, make sure you're getting paid more. That's just the people that work in the day shift. That's what I would say about it. Can you post your comment again, Zach? Post it again, please. Why do they offer you supervisor in retail? Is it a scam because they say I can get a raise? Is it worth taking the offer? No, don't do it, Ryder. Don't. I'm glad. I don't know if you got this from my videos. Like, where did you get this from, Ryder? Did you get this from my stream specifically? This this idea about this, but because I've talked about this a bit. But here's what I'll tell you. In retail, there's something that I call it the promotion scam. That's what I call it, the promotion scam, and I consider it a scam. I think it is a scam. But I'll let you guys know what it is, and you guys let me know in the comments if you think this is a scam. But I think it is. Basically, what it is you get a job at retail. You're working there for a few months, and what happens is after working there for just a few months, the boss, the manager, will tell you, "Hey, you want to get promoted to supervisor? You're doing a great job. I'll promote you to supervisor and give you a pay raise." Now, most people jump on this, and this is what's really suspicious about this, is they give you a raise only a few months in. Only a few months in of work, and they try to give you a raise and a promotion. Why? The reason that this is a scam is because what happens is, the reason that they're trying to promote you is because they will give you so much extra work. So if you're just like a cashier, you get a job as like a cashier in retail, that's primarily what you're responsible for, is the cash register. Maybe you'll stock some shelves, but you're primarily responsible for the cash register. Now, if they promote you to supervisor, you will not only just be responsible for ringing at times, you'll be responsible for stocking the floor, you'll be responsible for inventory, you'll be responsible for damages, scanning that stuff out, you'll be responsible for opening or closing the store, depending on what time you work, you will be responsible for counting the money in the safe, all the money that's due that day from the cash register. You'll be responsible for, if the manager is away, you are in charge of the store. You'll be responsible for dealing with corporate if they come to the store. And also, customer complaints will go directly to you, because when you were the cashier before, you usually call a supervisor or manager. Now you have to deal with more high-level complaints from customers, and you would also be responsible for overseeing the truck night when the deliveries are coming to the store. And so all of that extra work, you know, that's like literally 3 times more work than what you're doing normally. All of that extra work, and they typically are going to give you $1 more an hour for that, for all of that. That's why I consider it a scam. Do you guys think that's a scam? That they try to give you 3 times more work for literally $1 an hour. So that's what I say is, when you are working in retail, and they try to promote you to a supervisor after just a few months. Typically, what the companies are typically trying to do that scam. Has that happened to anybody else? I'm sure it's in somebody in the comments that's worked in retail that's happened to, where they try to promote you after a few months, and they literally give you like triple the amount of work. And I've seen so many of my coworkers went for this. They went for this, they took the supervisor, and I saw how miserable they were afterwards. And you cannot go back to a cashier after you are a supervisor. However, though, they can't force promote you to a supervisor. They can't do that. You have to accept the promotion. So that's what I'll say about it. Is I do consider it a scam. And the thing about this is management tried to promote me for years. For years, they tried to promote me to supervisor, and I would not take the promotion. And they were getting frustrated that I wouldn't take the promotion because they wanted to throw all this extra work at me. But that's what I'll say about it, Ryder. Is that happening to you, Ryder, at your job right now in retail? Are they trying to promote you to supervisor? Because that's the guy who asked me about it was Ryder. Is that what's happening at your job right now? Are they trying to promote you to supervisor right now? So what do you guys think in the comments? Do you guys think that's a scam? That they try to promote you after just a few months and they try to give you triple the amount of work for only $1 a raise? When's the Lost MC lore video? I don't know. I'll have to think about that. But I will definitely make I'll definitely consider making a Lost MC video. Music loud enough? Oh, is the game a little bit too loud? Let me lower it. Let me turn off the music entirely. Hold on a second. It'll make this easier. There we go. Well, I don't know what that's about, Skull. Yeah, I could do Modern Warfare 3 streams when it comes out. Yeah, I could do that. Sounds like a scummy tactic. Yeah, it is. Ryder, are you still here? Definitely shady. Only accept extra work on the conditions that a raise actually justifies it. Yeah, so, no, it's not a scam. Of course, you will have more work to do when you get a promotion, and it would be more than $1. No, not in a lot of cases. In the place that I worked at, the promotion was only like $1, maybe sometimes $1.50. And I'm telling you, for $1.50, for dealing with that headache, for dealing with all that extra stuff, it's not worth it. Don't take the, do not take that promotion. Don't take it. It's not worth it. It's not. Ryder, are you still here? Did my chat freeze? I think my chat might have frozen. Hold on. Yeah, I think the chat's frozen. Damn. Oh, chat, is the chat back? Is it fixed? Hold on 1 second. Yeah, it's fixed now. Now it's... Can I still download OG San Andreas on PS4 like you did? No, you can't. The original San Andreas has been taken off the PlayStation Store. The only thing that you can download on there is the Definitive Edition now. Original San Andreas is gone. It's gone. And, you guys want to know something that really sucks? Not only is the original San Andreas gone, but the original San Andreas multiplayer does not work anymore. So basically, what that is The original San Andreas has multiplayer. I'm not talking with the mod. I'm not talking with the mod that adds multiplayer to it. And thank you, Chrysland, for that super chat. What I'm talking about is I'm talking with the 2-player, the mode that you have, because there's certain places that you can go to where you can start up 2-player mode. And what happens is, me and my friends used to play that online. What we would do is, we would just connect together with SharePlay. And my friend would connect with SharePlay, and he would connect another controller through the PlayStation Party. And so he was able to remotely play 2-player San Andreas with me. And we would do that, we would mess around with that stuff. And now you can't do that anymore. Now it doesn't work anymore. It doesn't happen anymore. Wait, what is this? Okay, yeah, that's not good. Okay. Do you think this is the last update? No, Mark. They'll tell us when it's gonna be the last update. Why is my chat glitching out so much? Why did they remove it? Basically what happens on San Andreas is, if you try to play the multiplayer, if somebody tries to connect to you on SharePlay right now, on the original San Andreas to play the multiplayer, what happens is some message comes up saying this game is no longer available in the PlayStation Store, something like that. It's something like that. Like, for example, like, I don't know, does anybody here know the game Ace Combat 5? The Unsung War. That's Ace Combat 5. Ace Combat 5 is a weird game. The reason it's a weird game is because it's a game you can play on the PS5, but it's not on the PlayStation Store. So you're probably wondering, how are you able to play it on the PlayStation if it's not on the PlayStation Store? Basically, Ace Combat 5 was remastered specifically for the Ace Combat 7. So if you pre-ordered Ace Combat 7, you would get Ace Combat 5 on the PlayStation. And what happened is, when I got Ace Combat 7, I got it from Best Buy. I didn't get Ace Combat 5. So I complained to Best Buy, and Best Buy sent me a code, and I got it, and I put in the code. So that game, you can't play that game on the it's not on the PlayStation Store. However, though, if you get a code, you can put it in, and it'll pop up, and then you can download it. And so what happens is, I wanted to show the game to my friends through SharePlay, and when I tried to show the game to my friends on SharePlay, it would get like this message, something saying this game is not available in the PlayStation Store, or it's not in your region, something like that, and they weren't able to watch it. So that's, Wait, but did Ryder ever respond? Wait, Ryder, you still here, man? Can you post a comment? Thank you, Lexi. Walmart gives you like a $4 raise if you move up. In your personal opinion, do you think it's still worth it? If it's $4 an hour extra, for getting a promotion to a supervisor, for a retail worker, $4 an hour could be a massive difference. $4 an hour, I would say, is much more justified to take a promotion than $1 an hour. Listen, if they are not offering you at least $4 an hour for a promotion in retail, don't take it. I would not say that it's worth it. I would say that, because like for me, for example, if they wanted to promote me, I told them, like, give me $5 extra an hour. I'm not going to become a supervisor for an extra $1.50 an hour. I'm not doing that. It's not worth the work. They constantly want to promote me. Okay, here's what do you mind me asking what company do you work for, Ryder? And, Ryder, look up what the promotion is exactly. What is it? Is it to supervisor? What is it exactly? And also, not only that, get it in writing. Get it in writing what your new wage will be. So make sure, like, tell your boss, I want you to send me an email, or I want you to send a text message to me. Tell me how much my raise is going to be, just so they don't try to pull some crap on you. Afterwards, ask them, what is the raise going to be? If the raise is going to be like an extra $5 an hour, I would say go for it. But if they're only going to give you like $1 extra an hour for being a supervisor, don't take it, because that's a scam, because they expect you to do 3 times the amount of work for literally just an extra $1 an hour. It's not worth it. So just, do you know what the raise is by any chance? Do you know what they're trying to offer you? What it is? Looking like a boss. Huh. Yeah, the thing about this is, if they did like a TV show or like a movie, I think I could play a gangster pretty well if they did like a TV show or a movie. I can even do the accent like, "Hey, how you doing?" I can talk like that. And I can I can do like the deeper accent. It's like, "Hey, Ditch, what are we doing today?" So I can like I can do those accents no problem. So you know what I'm thinking about doing? You know, the next time the next time I piss off a scammer, because I have a video coming out in the next few days, uploading it of me, annoying another scammer. This is something that happened 2 months ago. I'm sorry I've been very late on the video, guys, because it's over a 2-hour video. It's just been a lot of editing to it. But, basically, with, the next time that I piss off a scammer, I'm thinking about doing, like, like a New York accent, and be like, hey, this is Tony. How you doing? Like, like talking to the scammer, like, hey, my name's Tony. And just like, just doing like that really typical like New Yorker accent, and just like, yeah. So next time I piss off a scammer, I think I might do like that, that like New Yorker accent. Hi, Professional. Have a good night. Well, thank you, Clampy Toad, and thank you, Christine. Can you do a KC accent? Kentucky, you mean? Probably not. I don't know what a Kentucky accent sounds like, or what's KC? Wait, what's KC? I'll drive this. I'll start writing a script for a new gangster movie, and we can get this project going. Well, thank you, Offer, for the super chat. Thank you, man. Oh, I would not be able to do a Scottish accent. Oh, Kansas City. Probably not. Can you do an accent while eating? I could, if I really try, I think I could pull it off. Thank you, Fernando. Have a good night. God bless. Thank you, Lieutenant Touchdown. Thanks for the super chat. You have a good night as well. Thank you, man. I really like that you use those accents in Chinatown Wars. Yeah, I was trying to mimic what I thought the characters would sound like, and probably gonna have to call Lester here because I'm gonna get cops on me in a moment here.
Mind symbolism.
Yeah, if it isn't my creepy silent friend, how can I help?
We can dedicate the movie to Johnny Clubbin, so thank you, Offer. Thanks for the super chat.
No problem. I'll get him off your back.
Don't believe who? Wait, what? Oh, great. This is why I don't like the physics in GTA 5. Something like that would have never happened in GTA 4. Like, how sensitive the trucks are.
Henry, about the symbol smelled in Guatemala?
What are your thoughts on cargo griefers? I think, honestly, I think a lot of those people, I think, are very scummy. And when I hear, like, people say, oh, I'm not scummy, I'm not a scumbag, I just do what the game's telling me to do. I'm just having fun and I'm playing the game. Well, that's typically what cargo griefers say. They typically say, oh, I'm not a scumbag, I just play the game and I'm just trying to have fun and I'm just doing what the game tells me to do. And I'm going to tell you that's not an actual argument, and the game tells you to do plenty of things. But just because you get that stupid little pop-up in your screen that says, oh, you know, this person's moving their cargo, doesn't mean that you gotta go and blow up their cargo and, like, chase them down. Because, I tell you, blowing up somebody's cargo is, like, one of the scummiest things that you can do on this game. It's probably, blowing up somebody's cargo is probably the second most scummiest thing that you can do on this game. And for people wondering what's the number one scummiest thing that somebody can do on GTA Online, DDoSing somebody is the scummiest thing that somebody can do. The second scummiest thing I would say would probably be cargo griefing. Because... think about it, like, you know, I was talking to one of my friends about this, and we were actually having a conversation about this, and I asked him, like, do you think that it's actually, like that argument when a griefer say that it's, like, it's part of the game, and, like, the game's telling me to destroy cargo and stuff like that, and what he told me is, he told me that in Minecraft, and I don't really play Minecraft much, I played it years ago, but he told me, my buddy told me, that in Minecraft, somebody can build something and spend, like, weeks, real-life weeks building something, and then somebody can start a fire, and just, like, destroy either the whole building or huge chunks of it. Like, just completely destroy it. And technically, that's part of the game. Technically, you could do that in Minecraft. You could completely bring down somebody's structure. But doesn't mean you should, because it's just such a scummy thing to do. It's such an annoying thing to do. It's and I'll tell you something, is, you know... Oh, thank you, Shui, for sponsoring my channel again. Thanks, man. Here's what I'll tell you also, guys. The next time you hear a cargo griefer say, oh, I'm just doing what the game tells me to do, it's part of the game, ask the cargo griefer this simple question. Ask them this. Do you join those terrible Martin adversary modes whenever you get the invite? And when they say no, just say, why aren't you? The game tells you to play those adversary modes. You get a pop-up message telling you play the new adversary mode, and a lot of those adversary modes suck. So if they're using that exact same argument, then why aren't they playing those terrible adversary modes? Why aren't they playing those? Oh, I missed a donation. I'm sorry. Let me see here. I missed a donation. I'm sorry. Oh, Soviet Union. I'm sorry that I didn't see your donation earlier. I'm sorry, man. Thank you, Boombox, Guru, and Lexi earlier also, guys. Let me read Soviet Union's super chat. Hey, Professional, do you have any socials that I can DM you? I want to show you a Kickstarter of an anime I am making. What you can do, Soviet Union, is you can follow me on Twitter. Or what you can do is leave a comment. The last tweet that I made a tweet, you know, saying that I was streaming GTA Online. Go on that and just leave a comment and just say you're Soviet, and I will follow you on Twitter, and then you can just message me there. Hey, Professional, have a good night. Well, thank you. Touchdown, and flying motorcycles that fire missiles are more realistic than in GTA 5 than Lester kissing a pretty woman on the lips. So, thank you for that super chat, Jimmy. And what I will tell you guys though is here's the thing about this. If in GTA 5, if you were able to steal cargo, like if somebody was like moving like cocaine, for example, and you were able to go and steal that from somebody, it would kind of be a scummy thing to do, but that would have more of a reason to attack somebody than just blowing up somebody's cargo for $2,000. Because think about it, in real life, would one gang blow up another gang's cocaine shipment? No, they would steal it. So it's like, you know, that doesn't really make any sense to me. You know, why they would have that. It's not realistic at all. It's just stupid. I recently played Ghost of Tsushima, and you're right, it's a pretty good game, and I also finished the game last night. I'm doing a playthrough of Bully. Thank you, Aussie guy. And I'm gonna have another playthrough of Ghost of Tsushima. I want to play it again. Advice for a person trying to start a gaming channel on YouTube. I can talk to you in a party about this either later or tomorrow, Shui, if you have time, but basically how most gaming channels work is that most gaming channels, how they start them is they start them out as just like a fun channel, just like a channel that they do something just for fun in the meantime. It's like something, you know, most gaming channels, how they start out, like if you look at most gaming channels, if you just go on most gaming channels and you look at their videos, like their first videos, like when they started, usually their first videos are like very cheesy, usually like pretty cringe, like bad editing. Basically how most YouTubers, most gaming YouTubers, they start their channel just having fun, messing around, maybe making a few videos, clips here and there, and then one day they explode. They get like some random video that requires some luck. Now, look, I'm gonna have a lot of YouTubers who are gonna disagree with me on this. What I'm telling you is that how YouTubers first grow, it's based on luck. When YouTubers get their first viral video, it's luck. It's based on luck. Mostly based on luck. It's not based on as much skill. There is some skill involved, but it's mostly based on luck at the end. So if you get lucky and you get that first viral video, the algorithm, like, you know, recommends your video, your video is going to start getting recommended to a lot of people, and you're going to start growing. And then at that point, to build a consistent audience, you have to keep putting out good content that people enjoy. So the first amount requires a little bit of luck. That it's that you put out a video that becomes viral, and then after that it requires more skill, where you basically requires more skill at that point. Luck doesn't exist. It depends how you see it. You know, I'm not even saying like luck from a religious perspective. That's not like when I say luck. Like I'm saying, like, you know, if something, you know, if you won like a ton of money, like on the lottery, you're lucky. You know, that's basically it. It's nothing to do with, like, a lot of people try to mix it with religious things, but I don't think it really has anything to do with that. It's just lucky is just one by, you know, you have very small chances of something good happening to you, and something good happens. That's what I would consider luck at that point. Hey Pro, any thoughts on Disney's 100th anniversary tomorrow of making animated films? Thank you for the super chat. 100 years of making animated films. Oh, well, I didn't know that tomorrow's the 100-year anniversary. Yeah, I remember Disney made those really old cartoons that you could watch. And there's a lot of the cartoons went on during World War II. Like, you could watch like Donald Duck, like during World War II cartoons and stuff like that. I remember there was a some of those cartoons at that time were pretty racist, but there are some cartoons that actually do have some important messaging. I'm trying to remember what the name of the cartoon is. Let me see. Let me see if I can find the one that I'm talking about. Oh yeah, so there was like a really old Donald Duck cartoon, I remember. It was like a World War II cartoon. And basically what the Donald Duck cartoon was, he was in a factory, and there was like swastikas all over the place, and he was like building weapons, and it was like a Nazi, a weapons factory. And what happened was, there was just it was basically just showing like what a terrible dictatorship Germany was. And at the end of the cartoon, what happens is Donald Duck, he wakes up in his bed, and the bed that he wakes up in has the American flag, and he's so happy that it was just a nightmare, and that he was just so happy that he was in the U.S. And basically what the message in that cartoon, was, in his nightmare he was building weapons in a Nazi factory, and then he wakes up in his bed in America, and he's like so grateful that he's in America. The message in that cartoon is kind of that a lot of people take for granted of their life in America. America is not like the most perfect place. We have problems in America, definitely. There's things we can do better. But like when you see people like say, for example, that like America is like the worst place in the world, or is one of the worst countries in the world. No, it doesn't come close to being one of the worst countries in the world. So yeah, the country has problems, but in this country you're not going to get arrested for disagreeing with the government. You can call the government like an idiot. You can call the president an idiot, a moron. You're not going to get arrested for that. But that was basically what that World War II cartoon was with Donald Duck. It's like the cartoon was like showing life in Nazi Germany and then life in America, and then Donald Duck was so grateful that he grew up in America and not in Nazi Germany. Let me see here. Whose MC am I in right now? Rex's. Do you think there will be World War III, and if so, it will be the end of the world? I don't think something like World War III is going to happen, because at the end of the day, is that nobody wants to. Even the most psychotic governments don't want to die. So that's it. So like even like North Korea, for example, has nuclear weapons, and people are scared that North Korea is gonna like nuke South Korea and Japan. But I'm telling you guys, it's not gonna happen, because. Here's the thing about this. If North Korea actually fired a nuclear weapon at Japan or South Korea, their entire country would be destroyed. There'd be nothing left. All the other countries would fire nuclear weapons at them and they'd be gone. There'd be nothing left. And even Kim Jong-un, how crazy he is, Kim Jong-un would not want to die and would not, want everything to be destroyed. So that's what I'll say is that, that's basically what I'll say about it, is that's what you gotta think about, is that, like, a lot of people say, for example, that Russia is the world's largest nuclear arsenal. They do. But nobody's gonna hit that first button, because whenever anybody hits that first button, everybody's dead. So that's so I wouldn't worry too much about that. I don't think it's gonna happen. Anywhere in Definitive Edition on Liberty City? You mean Liberty City stories, Adrian? I would love to see one. Unfortunately, it's probably not gonna happen. Do you think that North Korea will change after Kim Jong-un's death? No, not at all. I think that North Korea, if Kim Jong-un was to die suddenly right now, do you know who actually would take over as dictator of North Korea? It's actually somebody that nobody expects. Kim Jong-un's sister. She would take over if Kim Jong-un died. She would be next in line. And his sister is very authoritarian. She's very aggressive in the way that she talks to other leaders. So Kim Jong-un has sent his sister a lot of times to talk to other leaders, and she's very rude, very nasty. And so if she actually took power, she might actually even be worse than Kim Jong-un. Depends on I guess the situation. I heard she's worse. Yeah. And have you noticed that Kim Jong-un recently, what he's been doing is he's been bringing his daughter to military parades. And not only that, he's been bringing his daughter to political events. When he meets with other leaders and stuff like that, Kim Jong-un brings his daughter all the time with him. He wants his daughter to be his successor. That's who he wants. So North Korea's dictator in the future might actually be Kim Jong-un's daughter, or might be Kim Jong-un's sister. That's who's going to be next in line to control North Korea. Which country outside of the U.S. has the least amount of corruptions? Well, the thing about that is there's countries that actually are less corrupt than America. There actually are. Like, there are a lot of, like, there are some European countries that are less corrupt than America. and there is also some Asian countries that have less corruption than America. It really depends on what it really depends on how you're looking at it, what country you are. But yeah, I would say that I don't know what I can say about what countries are less corrupt than America, but I can tell you what countries are, you know, some of the most corrupt countries in the world. Usually countries that are very corrupt typically have two things to them. Countries that are corrupt is countries that don't have high living standards and countries that are authoritarian. So if you have a country that's authoritarian and it doesn't have high living standards, those countries tend to be really corrupt. Like, most of the time, really corrupt. Singapore is not really corrupt because the justice system there is very ruthless. But wait, what does Singapore have, though? The main reason that Singapore is not that of a corrupt country, it's not because Singapore is a dictatorship. That's actually not the reason that Singapore is not that corrupt. The reason that Singapore isn't that corrupt is because living standards are really high. When you have high living standards in a country, you are just going to have less corruption. It's just going to happen. I'm not saying there'd be no corruption, but when you have high living standards, there's going to be less corruption because when the country's doing better, people make a lot of money. You're not going to have as much corruption. It's just not going to happen. So when people are living typically good lives, you're not going to have corruption. Are you a liberal or a conservative? I typically stay out of politics. When I was, you know, I typically like smaller government. You know, I don't really align with anything. I just typically like smaller government, low taxes. I don't like the government getting involved in my life. That's just typically my views on it. But I don't really follow any political party, and I'm not a supporter of any political party, really. Did my $5 super chat pass by earlier? Thank you, Victor. I will look. If you posted a super chat earlier and I didn't see it, I'm really sorry. Let me take a look here. Oh, I see it now. I missed it. I'm really sorry I didn't see it, Victor. I apologize. YouTube put me on a 24-hour comment pause because I violated one of their community guidelines. My comment was lengthy, but there was no swear words. What? Well, I'm sorry that happened to you, Victor. That's ridiculous. Yeah, I'm sorry that happened to you, Victor. You could complain. You could try to make a complaint to YouTube support. Maybe they'll do something about it. But YouTube support hasn't been the most helpful either. Thank you, Walala. Thank you for the super chat.
All right, eavesdrop.
And thank you, Victor, for that super chat. Thanks, man. Are you collaborating with any YouTubers? No, not at the moment. Thank you, it's Juan G. Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, it's $1 billion. Countries of highway crime? What do you mean? Enter a plane. Oh, the planes are right there. What am I doing? Did you apply for the Everywhere Alpha test? No, I did not. Or actually, did I? I remember I filled out some kind of form with, I think with them months ago. Country with the highest crime rate. Favorite console of all time? I would say probably the PlayStation 1, because I had so much nostalgia on that as a kid. Thank you, Shui. I think that Venezuela is actually the country that has the largest crime rate in the world right now. I think it's Venezuela. What is a sheep taco? Oh, it's a joke that Fernando started. My day's going good. Thank you, RIP, for the super chat. And thank you, Shui. I enjoy watching your streams. It's pretty entertaining. Thank you, Jose. Best way to prevent car theft? I would say, get a newer car, because newer cars, they can't really hotwire like they could the older cars. That's one way you can reduce it. Another thing is, watch the areas that you park in. The area you want to park in is you want to park in an area. That has you want to park in an area that has a lot of light, and if possible has security cameras, is in a public place. Because if you park in like an area that's not well lit, doesn't have a lot of visibility, chances are somebody's gonna break into your car. Another thing that you want to do is have your car, have the stuff in your car. Make sure that you don't leave it in the front seat, because one of the stupidest things that people do is they leave important things in the front seat. Like they'll leave their cell phone in the they'll leave their iPhone in the cup holder, or they'll leave their laptop case on the passenger seat, the front passenger seat. It's one of the stupidest things that you can do, because people will be walking by the car and they see the iPhone in the front seat, or they see like the laptop, and they'll smash the window and they'll take that. So just don't put important stuff in the windows. Don't put it in visibility. Anything important you have in a car, put it in the glove compartment or put it into the trunk. Does the Venezuelan president look like Massimo? What, you mean Maduro? Yeah, he actually does look like Massimo. You're actually right on that. Oh, I'm fine with it not having radio stations, Jorge. You know, there was, you know, it's not a big team like Rockstar developing it, so I'm fine with Scarface not having radio stations. The music in Scarface was great. Scarface had a great soundtrack, it did. I just don't discuss, like, controversial issues of other countries. Yes, I want to play the original Ace Attorney games. I'm considering doing a playthrough of them, yes. What's my favorite video that I made so far? Probably the Big Smoke video, the hidden signs Big Smoke's gonna betray you. Thank you, Shui. You're attempting criminal mastermind right now. Oh. Well, you could watch my my criminal mastermind guide. It might help you out. There we go. How do I handle copyright issues on YouTube? Oh, it gets annoying. Yeah. Yeah, it gets annoying, but I just have to deal with it. A lot of times there's nothing I can really do. There's oftentimes there's nothing really I can do about it though, Shui, unfortunately. Thank you for the super chat. What happened to my money? What do you mean? I'm grinding still. I'm not really grinding, more helping people, but yeah, I do want to play Sniper Ghost Warrior contracts. The Professional's the king of New York. He runs his own gang that extorts every business he sees. His gang is called the Sheep Taco Mafia. Thank you, Justin. Thanks, man. Thank you for that super chat.
Crypto.
I beat Saints Row 2 and it's 10-10. Thanks, bro. I got the General's limo. Thanks to your guide. Thanks, man. No problem, Phoenix. I'm glad you helped. I'm glad it helped you out. And I might make a video on how to get the General's limo in Saints Row 2. But you know, it's kind of stupid that you weren't able to get the General's limo, because when I beat the Sons of Samdi for the first time, I thought that you'd get the General's limo as a reward. It's just really surprising you don't get a limo for beating the Sons of Samdi. That was just very surprising. Can I do a playthrough of any Driver games? I could do a playthrough of the Driver PlayStation 1 games one day. Maybe I could do that. I enjoyed those games. Thank you, Cameron. Okay, here we go. Toxic, you have to hit the button when you're the passenger in the helicopter. Will I retire one day from YouTube? No, probably not. I want to do YouTube for as long as I can. I do enjoy YouTube. The thing about this is YouTube has, I would say to an extent, YouTube has taken a toll on my mental health, but it has also improved my mental health more. And, that was that. I don't know what I would be doing right now if it was not for YouTube. So I had, yeah, I was just, before my YouTube channel blew up, I was just not happy. It was just not doing good. And, my YouTube channel did help me a lot with that. And you guys did help me a lot with that and got me out of those bad situations. So I really do appreciate that. Gotta go now. See you next pro and chat. Thank you, Victor. I'll see you. Take care, man. Who's more annoying, Manny or Moody Man, KDJ, Moody Man? You'll do YouTube till you're on your deathbed. Well, thank you, Landon. I don't know how long I will do it for, but I have no plans to stop anytime soon. Yes, I want to do a Payday 3 streams, Missouri. As much as Abby is hated as a character, we can't deny Laura Bailey's gonna kill it again as MJ. That launch trailer given chills. Thank you for the super chat, Blinded Eagle. And thank you, Boostio, Manhunt for Halloween. Well, for Halloween, we're probably going to do, we're gonna do Undead Nightmare as a playthrough, and for a live stream, we're gonna do Outlast, the Whistleblower DLC. That's what we're gonna do. Hi, Professional. I've recently turned 20 and been watching your videos ever since I was in middle school. Graduated high school last year. I love your content and keep up the great work. Thank you, Captain Fultz. Thank you for the super chat and happy birthday, man. Thank you, man. Now, about, I didn't know that the same actress who did Abby did MJ in Spider-Man. But what I will say is, I have no problem with the actress or, you know, or how she portrayed Abby in The Last of Us 2 because she did only so much she could do. She was just given a bad script. So she tried. She did her best, what she could. But the thing about this is I think the character of Abby was just badly written. And I think Abby's story was just really bad. I never blamed the voice actress for that. But I think the people who like threatened and harassed the voice actress, I think they're stupid. But the character of Abby was not a well-written character in my opinion. I think that Abby was a very bad character. It's just one day I might do a playthrough of The Last of Us 2 so I can rant about it. Sheep Taco, Crime Mafia, the Don Pro, Consigliere, Fern, Underboss, Chasseruni, Capo Regime, Saucer Cats, and Carlos and TJ. He is the GOAT, or he is the, what is that, goose or duck? I was a bit confused what that I thought that was a GOAT at first. Hi Pro, I finally got a PS5. Oh, I'm happy for you, man. It's not the actors, it's the writers. Oh yeah. So it wasn't like it wasn't her fault. You know, she only did so much that she could do with the script. There was nothing more that she could do. She tried her best. Will I do Spider-Man 2? I don't know if I'm gonna have time for it though, Marshawn. I might not. It really depends on Oh wait, I'm not driving. We're doing motorcycles. I thought we had garbage trucks for some reason. Okay, I'm confused now. Notice how Smoke and Tenpenny share the same names as Mel, Bernstein, and Frank. Big Smoke's first name is Mel, or it's Melvin. Right, you're right, yeah. Yeah, I don't know if that is a coincidence. Yeah, you're right on that, Frank. You're right on that, Jorge, yeah. You got a point there. Yeah, you're right. I never noticed that. There's a German company made a software called TerraVision back in 1993, and supposedly Google copied it and made Google Earth. Thoughts? I don't know. First time I'm hearing about this. Why do you use Game Chat in Reddit Online, but not in GT Online? I use Game Chat in GT Online, but I use it when I'm doing a heist. So when we're doing a heist, I'll talk to my squad mates, because there's 3 of them. But the reason I don't do game chat in GT Online, like, guys, imagine if I tried to game chat in, like, a full lobby, like, you know, here, like, I would have, like, 10 people talking to me at once, and it would just be too much, and I would not be able to, communicate anything, and the stream would probably be getting really annoyed if they heard, like, 10 people talking at once. So that's why I don't use game chat on GTA, because there's too many people talking at once. And if I go into a public session in GTA Online, and I turn on voice chat, what's going to happen is I'm going to have somebody say something really stupid and offensive in the chat. And then I'm going to end up getting in trouble for it. Even though I didn't say it, it's going to be that YouTube's going to get pissed at me that somebody said something offensive in the chat. I'm not talking about my stream lobbies. I'm talking about public session. If I go into like a public session, for example, I definitely would have some griefer join, and that griefer would say something really offensive, probably just so that it get captured on the stream. And then I could get in trouble for that. So that happens. YouTubers get in trouble oftentimes for game chat. So that's why when you watch like a lot of YouTubers, they typically don't have game chat on like Call of Duty or something like that, because what happens is you have some idiot random that will say something like offensive, and then that YouTuber will get in trouble for it. And you'll probably get someone trying to cancel you. Yeah, that could possibly happen too. There's so many rallies in support of Hamas in the West Pro. I've even heard them say, "Oh, that's horrible." Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the super chat, Mario. I don't know why anybody would say things like that. That's just disgusting. Oh, thank you for the super chat, Mario. Worst randoms I ever encountered. Oh, I've encountered some really bad randoms on games before. I'm just trying to think. You know, I had a random. I should have recorded this. I should have just used the PlayStation capture. I had a random join my heist. I was doing a heist on Overkill on Payday 3, and I went into the bank. I was doing everything quiet, and the second I got into the vault, I had some random run in the vault. He sprayed his gun around, triggering the alarm, and then immediately left. And I'm like thinking, like, come on, dude. I'm like, seriously, like, it's just that's. Have you ever dealt with rude hospitality retail worker while getting served, bro? Yes, I have, Shui. I will tell you guys a story. This is the worst customer service that I have ever encountered in my life. The worst customer service ever. I never forgotten it. Like, I had such terrible customer service. It was the worst I've ever encountered in my life. Thank you, Shui. This is a pretty long story, so just bear with me, guys. I won't be reading comments for a few minutes. If you want to hear my story about the worst customer service I've ever encountered. Basically, the worst customer service I've ever encountered, it's not at a place that you'd expect it to be. BMW car dealership. Worst customer service I have ever experienced in my life. I have had better customer service at McDonald's than I have had at that BMW dealership. It was so bad. What did they do that was so bad at that BMW dealership? Basically, what happened was I had to. I'm trying to remember the reason that I was going to that dealership. Oh, I remember now. The reason I was going to that BMW dealership, it was for my car, because I have a BMW 328i. It's 2013. It's a sedan, and so it's like, you know, the reason I went there is because I wanted to get another key fob for my car. Because when I bought my car used, I didn't have another key fob. I only had one key fob. And so what I did was I wanted to go to that BMW dealership so that they could program me another key fob and give me a second one for my car. Now, what happens is, I call up the BMW dealership. I want to schedule an appointment for the key fob. I call up to the BMW dealership, and the guy at the dealership tells me that you have to talk to the head mechanic to schedule an appointment, or the lead mechanic, whatever it was. And I said, okay, you know, can I talk to him? And then he said, oh, he's busy right now. You know, we will put you on a brief hold. They put me on a brief hold, and what ends up happening after that is the mechanic never picked up the phone. The phone disconnects. Then what ends up doing is I dialed the BMW dealership, and also I spent on the phone for maybe like half an hour. So maybe half an hour I was on the phone, and then I called the BMW dealership back, and I say, you know, I need to speak to the head mechanic. You know what the dealership tells me? He just left. That was it. And I was like thinking to myself, like, oh, come on, seriously, like, you know, I've been on the phone for like half an hour, and the guy just like leaves. His shift just ended. Like, come on, you know, you don't remember you got a guy on the phone, and then you just hang up the phone after like half an hour. And you know, I'm not trying to rush anybody, but I've been waiting for half an hour. It could have taken at least just a minute just to pick up the phone and give me, like, you know, schedule an appointment with me. And but here's the thing about this, guys. It gets much worse. It's much worse than this. That was only the start of the bad customer service. What ends up happening is I call up the next day. I try to schedule an appointment. And what happens is they tell me again, you gotta talk to the head mechanic, the lead mechanic, to schedule an appointment. So I say, transfer me to him. I get put on hold. I wait for 45 minutes, probably on hold. I get pissed off. I'm on hold for 45 minutes. This is the second day. I hang up. I call the BMW dealership, and I say to them, you know, can I talk to the head mechanic? And you know what they say to me? They say to me, his shift just ended. He just went home. And I was like, it's the second time it happened. I was like, literally, I was pissed. I was annoyed at that point. And what ends up happening at that point is I call up the BMW dealership the next day, third day, and I say, you know, can I talk to the head mechanic? And they say, let me put you on a hold. And I say to them, no, at this, because I have a lot of patience. I'm a very patient guy. I spent on hold for 45 minutes. But having just the head mechanic hang up on me 2 times and going home, all I want to do is schedule an appointment. Like, why don't they want to do business with me? Like, I want to pay them for a new key fob. They're making money. Why are they making this so difficult? So I tell the person in the dealership that don't put me on hold. Don't do it. Don't do it again. And I explained. I called up 2 separate days. I got put on hold for 30 minutes one day, 45 minutes the other day. I got hung up on. The head mechanic just keeps leaving. You know, their shift just apparently ends whenever I call. And I wasn't calling like really late. I would call it like midday, or I'd call like a little bit in the afternoon. So I don't even know when this guy's shift is ending. And this is the only guy that apparently can give me an appointment for my key fob for this BMW dealership. And what happens is the person says, you know, I'm sorry about that for the inconvenience. I say, I want to talk to the head mechanic right now. Now, when I talk to the head mechanic, I don't yell at him. I just say to him, you know, I tried to contact you 2 times before. I've been put on hold. I just want to schedule an appointment for my key fob. And he tells me, the head mechanic tells me on the phone, he says, no problem. We'll schedule you an appointment, you know, come in this day at 11 o'clock. I don't remember what day the appointment was, but I remember it was at 11 o'clock, 11 a.m. So, this BMW dealership is half an hour from my house. I drive over to the BMW dealership. I get over there at 11 o'clock, and do you know what happens when I get over there at 11 o'clock? The head mechanic is not there when he was supposed to be there. He wasn't working that day, even though he scheduled an appointment with me, and the people there told me that my appointment was not on file. So literally, I drove over there for nothing. So I drove over half an hour. So this is the worst customer service that I've ever experienced. So drive over there. He's not even there, and they don't even say that they have a record on me. And it was the exact number, and I knew the head mechanic's number, so I dialed the right place. I scheduled an appointment at the right place. And this BMW dealership had like the worst customer service that I've ever seen. And what happened was, I complained at the dealership. I said I want to talk to the manager. So like I don't pull a Karen like that where I say I want to talk to the manager. But after having like this happen to me like so many times, I can't get in contact with this guy. I can't schedule an appointment. Like I explained the situation to the manager. The manager says, you know, sorry about that. You know, I cannot schedule an appointment right now. But you know, you call back. You know, tomorrow he will be at this time, and I will tell him to contact you. I'll tell him to talk to you immediately when you're there. So I call up the next day. I try to get in contact with the head mechanic. I can't talk to him. I keep getting put on hold. There's no way for me to talk to him, and you know, hours pass by trying to contact him, constantly get put on hold over and over and over again. Eventually, his shift ends again, goes home. So this is the worst customer service that I have ever experienced. And at that point, guys, I was so pissed. I was just so annoyed with this crap. With this head mechanic was an idiot. The guy, this lead mechanic, whoever was, you know, running this place, this auto shop at this BMW dealership, was an absolute moron. Like, how do you not know how to schedule appointments? Like, how you keep putting people on hold and you keep hanging up? Like, this guy's an idiot. I understand they have things to do. They're busy. I get that. But all I was just trying to do was just schedule one simple appointment for them to give me a key fob, and it got so annoying. It was so ridiculous. And what ends up happening is, do you know what I did? I got so pissed that I wrote a letter. I wrote a letter to BMW corporate. And I wrote about this bad, terrible service, how I get put on hold for days and days, for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, nobody's there to talk to me, it just hangs up. I try to schedule an appointment, I come to the place, nobody's there. I write the letter to BMW corporate. And do you know what happens? After I mailed that letter, 2 days later, I get a call. And do you know who calls my cell phone? Guess who? It is the head mechanic. That is the guy. It's him finally. He's saying, I'm sorry, we were busy, we were doing a bunch of stuff. And I say, listen, dude, I try to call you a bunch of separate times, I keep getting put on hold, it keeps hanging up on me, and then your shift just ends, and you don't even attempt to contact me. At least talk to me for 1 minute before your shift ends. All I wanted to do was just schedule an appointment with you. That's it. It's literally 30 seconds. I'm like literally telling you what days are available, when I can come in. Is it really that hard to talk to me for 30 seconds on the phone to schedule an appointment? And the head mechanic's like, apologizing, sorry, we've had all this come up, blah, 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 this. And, you know, he schedules another appointment with me. And I say to him, are you going to be there? He says, yes. And I say, you got to be there because this is ridiculous. I drove for half an hour beforehand. There was nobody at this dealership. You have to be there. Will you be there? He says, I promise you I'll be there. And then I tell him this. Because I say, I say, are you going to do something to make up for this inconvenience? That's what I say, because I worked in retail. I know how the game is. I know how it works in customer service. And I said, I have had really bad customer service at this dealership. And, you know, are you going to do something for me, for this inconvenience? And he said to me, what can I do for you? And I said to him, I want 20% off this job. I want 20% off. Maybe I could have asked for more. Maybe I should have asked for like 50% for all that crap that I went through, all those calls. But I said, no, I want 20% off this job, you know, programming this key fob for me. And he said to me, no problem, 20% off will do for you. Now, here's the crazy thing, guys. I go into the BMW dealership, and everything seems to be going good. They program the key fob, everything's done. The head mechanic gives me the paper to pay for it. You know what he does? He takes only 10% off. And I say to him, no. no, I want 20% off. We agreed to 20% off. You take 20% off, or I'm going to call corporate again. That's really what I said, and he took 20% off. And so I don't want to be that guy. You know, I'm not trying to be a Karen or something. I'm not trying to be that guy, guys. But it was just that this dealership was just such terrible customer service where I schedule appointments. I drive half an hour to get to this place. Nobody's there. They don't have me on file. I get put on hold for 45 minutes. It hangs up, you know, several times. It's so difficult to schedule an appointment. It was the worst customer service I have ever experienced in my life. And that's like after that, I never went to that dealership ever again after that. I just had the key fob done, and that was just it. I don't know why it was so complicated just to schedule a simple appointment. So that's just it. Well, no, Snake, I'm not trying to complain about anything. I was asked a question earlier what the worst customer service was that I experienced. I was just telling the story. I know it was a bit of a long story, but that was it. But how would you guys have reacted to that if you drive like half an hour to a dealership and they schedule an appointment with you and then they tell you that you're not on file and that nobody's here to help you right now? I was pissed. I was annoyed. So that was pretty much it. I was just annoyed. I didn't want to call corporate, guys. I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to write a letter to corporate. I didn't want to do that. But it was at that point, this went on for days and days and days, just being treated like crap. It was at that point that I contacted corporate to complain to the about this BMW dealership because it was just such terrible customer service. You know, you think somebody like a dealership that sells like BMW cars, like you would think that this dealership would have excellent 5-star customer service selling that expensive cars, but instead, you know, it's really, like I said, I've had better customer service at McDonald's than I have had at this BMW dealership. And I'm not joking about that. I've had better customer service at McDonald's than I've had at this BMW dealership. It was really one of the worst worst customer service I've ever experienced in my life. You should have said, have it, let me have it for free. Well, at the end of the day, somebody is working on my car at the end of the day. It might not be the head mechanic that's working on my car. Maybe it's somebody else, and I don't want to screw somebody else out of their money. So that's maybe I could have asked for more. Maybe I could have asked 50% off, but I said 20% off. That's what I at least want for this inconvenience because it was pissed because they got to compensate me for gas money too. You know, driving like half an hour to get to your place, being stuck in traffic, and then being told that I don't have an appointment here. That's you should find a local mechanic. There was no local mechanic that would program a key fob for my BMW. The thing about this is sometimes I have to go to a BMW dealership because it's like because there's certain things with my car that only they know how to do. When was this? This happened in like 2017. So this happened 6 years ago when this incident happened. It was the worst customer service that I had encountered. It was really, really bad. The thing about this, guys, is usually I try to stay away from car dealerships because car dealerships can get really shady, so I tend to stay away from them. Usually I just want to go to a local mechanic that has good reviews. But what happened is my car battery, I was just scared that my car battery was going to die on me one day. And so I decided to get my car battery changed for my car. Now, I had the same car battery in my BMW for 10 years. It passed all inspections every time, and it lasted me for 10 years. I was surprised that it lasted for that long. But I'm not a car guy. I don't know cars that well. And so I don't know how long a battery is typically supposed to last in a car. I don't. And I talk to my friends who know about cars, and I say my battery's been in my car for 10 years. It's 10 years, and I'm like, how often am I supposed to change it? Usually after a few years. But it's 10 years now. That battery really lasted well, and so I didn't have any problems with the battery. I didn't really have any issues with it, but just having it for 10 years, I decided just to get it changed. I just decided I want a fresh, brand new battery. I don't want my car breaking down on me and something going wrong. And so whenever I called all the car mechanics, all the car mechanics in my town, I called 5 or 6 different mechanics. I said, can you guys, order a BMW, battery for me, and can you guys change it? And none of the mechanics would do it. None of them would do it. All of them said, I don't do, that model of the car. I don't do batteries in that car. All of them would do it because the BMW battery, you have to program it. And so none of the mechanics said that they program it. None of them knew how to do it. And so I had to take it. I had to take it to my local BMW dealership. I changed my battery a few months back. So I took it to my local dealership, and that's where they got it changed for me. But yeah, none of the local mechanics wanted to do it. Hey, Pro, you ever been in a relationship? If so, how was your experience? Don't really talk much about that personally, Justin, but I do appreciate the super chat. And what a horrible experience. I'm glad it got resolved. Thank you, Shui. Yeah, it was just a really bad experience, and it was the worst form of customer service I've ever experienced. Rex, can you go to your arcade and get your casino heist ready? Because I'm going to help you with this. Right after I deliver this, right after I finish with the sale, I'm going to help you with your heist. Pro, name 3 mute video game characters. Claude, what is it? Sergeant, what was it? Jackson in Call of Duty 4. What is it here? And, Wrecker in Battlefield 4. What, Brandon? What type of build do I go for in Skyrim? I'm playing as a Nord character right now. I made a Nord character recently, and a Nord character I'm going for a, just a 2 arms, heavy armor build. But on my main character I actually have a high elf, and on my high elf character I built a pretty big destruction magic build. So it was pretty destruction magic and light armor, and I just abuse destruction spells and just kill everybody with that. Hey, Mr. Tay Daniel, how are you, man? Oh, I'm sorry about that, Brandon. Well, good thing you didn't hit it then. Did you say you got Simeon, the Italian service? Yeah, probably would have been Simeon running that dealership at that point. I'll see you, Fernando. Take care, man. I can do an anniversary stream this week, possibly, Phoenix. Maybe I could do that. Were you in New Zealand? No, I never was in New Zealand. Red Dead Redemption 1 lore video? Yes, and I still gotta do the Strangers mission with Jack. I still have to do that. The worst thing I experienced in retail... The worst thing I experienced in retail was, Killshield Shadowfall turns 10 this November. Oh, you're right, yeah. You are right on that. I really hope they make a new Killzone game, because it's been over 10 years since we got a new Killzone game. I want a new Killzone game. Yeah. I don't know much about that channel, so, I can't speak on it. The Australian-American War that's mentioned in GTA. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. The only thing we know about the Australian-American War, people wondering what the hell is the Australian-American War. The Australian-American War is a war that was fought between America and Australia in the GTA world. So in GTA's history, it was a war that was between the two countries. We don't know how the war started. We don't even know what year the war was. The only thing we know about the war is that the war took place at least before 1986, because in GTA Vice City, the Australian-American War is mentioned on the radio, so it took place before 1986. So that's the only thing that we know about it. But we don't know why America and Australia went to war. I have to go. Bye, Pro. Bye, chat. Nice stream. Thank you, Shui. Thanks for the super chat. I'll see you, man. The dog was not on a leash. Ooh, Brandon. Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm glad you at least didn't hit him then, Brandon, but that owner needs to be responsible. They probably fought over the steakhouse. How long do you usually stream for? Usually 2 to 3 hours. My theory on why GTA maps are islands? I don't know. I guess because it's easier to make islands instead of making background places that you can't access. Oh, I'll contact him after the stream, Mayroons, to make sure that he's okay. I think he's okay. Is the Earth in GTA flat? No, I don't think so. Byzantine and Bulgarian wars, don't know much about that. I know you don't swear because civil reasons, but what was the stupidest thing Rockstar ever did that you could say, I would say the worst thing, close one what, Casey? Oh, I wasn't paying attention. Did you almost hit me? What I would say is that the worst thing that Rockstar ever did was abandoning Red Dead Online. That was the worst thing they ever did. Because they had like an entire community of people that were begging them for months to make another update, and how did they respond to that? Just by abandoning the game. So I would say that Rockstar did a lot of scummy things, but I would say abandoning Red Dead Online takes the cake as the worst one. Yeah, that was, yeah, Pierston. Oh. Oh, I almost hit you. Sorry then, Casey. Marcus, I'm gonna help Rex with his heist now, okay? Rex, can you invite me to your heist? Can PS3 players join Pro? Well, GTA PS3 doesn't work anymore. Can somebody here help Mr. Tay Daniel, though? Because I promised Rex I'd help him with the heist, but, if nobody helps Mr. Tay, I'll help him then. Are you in the lobby, Mr. Tay? Where? Oh, he's right there. Caliber, can you help Mr. Tay? Okay, hang on, Oh, now I can't. I'm gonna join this heist here. Can somebody, whoever's in the lobby, can you please help Mr. Tay? Help him, he needs help with his sale. Yes, it definitely was Lendon. Definitely it was. Thank you for the super chat. What is the target in here, Rex? Artwork. Okay, we can do it us two then.
I was wondering if anyone wanted to join.
We can do it just us two. You don't need to invite anyone else. Us two can take all the artwork. Hello, professional. As a thank you for the GTA Plus video, I'll instead hand that same price to you. Well, thank you, Smitty. Thanks, man. I'll just take 15%. People still play GTA Online on PS3 by jailbreaking the PS3. What? Well, yeah, so I'll say the excuse my language, but the shittiest thing that Rockstar's ever done is abandoning Red Dead Online. Okay. You start the stream, I'm ready. Or not the stream, the heist. My favorite episode in the Boondocks where they roasted real life people. Rex, there's something wrong with your mic because I hear myself repeating so much. I hear myself repeating for your mic.
Alright, next stop, the diamond mine.
Could you mute your mic just for a little bit?
As soon as you're inside, we'll set up the getaway cars along your escape route. I gotta tell you, it feels good to be
I still hear myself repeating for you.
Metaphorically speaking, of course, actual driving aggravates my hives. Anyways, the calm before the storm. Running through contingencies and backup plans in my mind.
Let me see here.
Sweat patches creep down my back. Oh yeah, I've missed this. Here we go. I've been hoping you'd
What question was I answering beforehand?
didn't disappoint.
Oh, where am I going? To the tunnel, right?
Without triggering their seismometers wasn't easy or cheap, but neither are we. Are we, huh? Okay, now you're one well-placed explosive away from walking right into their inner sanctum and right back out again. Have you ever seen a private army of well-armed Texans with orders to shoot on sight? Because you're about to get a close-up view. I hope
Okay, name all the ranks in the Mafia. Yes. Associate, people that associate with the Mafia, can be high-level associates, like people that run like a chop shop, for example, but aren't members of the Mafia. Maybe they're not Italian. Then you have soldiers, which are the first made men. Soldiers are usually the people that mafias will send over to get something done, like a hitman. Then you have capo regimes, which are captains. Capo regimes usually run a specific part of the mafia's organization, like they might run any illegal casino, or they might run like a strip club or a chop shop, something for some kind of other business for the mafia. And then after that, you will have the consigliere, which is the consigliere is the advisor to the Don. And then you have the underboss, which is second in command to the Don, runs the boss's operations when the Don is not there, and you know, helps to manage the capos. And then you have the boss, which is basically you know, king. Okay, come on, let's go here. I'll cover you.
The system here uses a two-man rule. You'll need to scan the vault access cards simultaneously.
You want it's over! Say what now?
Okay, do it.
Get a job!
Hooah! Now everyone get through the man trap. Down the corridor. We're almost there. Come on, let's go! Ah, looks like the guard at the vault room isn't there. Happy days.
Okay, well, thank you, Winston. Are you excited for winter? Yes.
Make sure you plant them on both sides of the door. Let's only do this once. Okay, now it's a big door, so don't be stingy with the explosives. And get clear before you push the button. Everyone clear? Go!
Oh, okay. I'm gonna get everything on the left, get everything on the right.
We are in! As of now, a little time is a lot of money, people! See the artwork? It's worth more than its weight in gold. Cut it out of the frame and pack it up. I'll keep you updated on the gas, or more precisely, the excruciating and irreversible nerve agent. There's only so long our hacking team can delay it. And trust me, when that timer runs out, you're gonna want to be long gone.
Okay, I hate how you can't use the paintings while the thermite is going off. I need to change that. Okay, we should be able to get everything here. Yep, I put the thermite charges on it earlier.
Team can hold off the gas a little while longer. There's still some rich pickings in there.
Okay, we're good on this.
40 seconds. 30 seconds.
Oh, you don't have the power drills. Okay, well, let's just go then.
20 seconds left. Don't dawdle. Gas incoming. 10 seconds. Looking good. Get all that across the finish line.
Okay, do it.
We're home and dry. You'll need to sync your keycard swipes on the way out too. They've reinforced the security room, and that's your only way out. Get ready. the shaft. We're not out of the woods yet.
Get back!
For anybody that's still in that lobby, can you please join Mr. Tay and help him with his sale? And Mr. Tay, if nobody joins you after this heist, I'll help you with a sale. Okay. Get in the elevator, and we're going to the roof. Yeah, no one ever really takes the roof, but the roof is actually a better approach to take. When you take aggressive, you should always take the roof. Yeah.
You know what they say? In the event of emergency,
Because the roof, you can just snipe all the cops from it.
do not use the elevators. Oh well, never mind. We've got some heavy chatter on the police frequencies.
This way, follow me.
Like they're sending noose.
Just ignore the vault, we're not getting the money there. There's gonna be too many enemies spawning.
Home stretch. I feel so alive.
Oh, great, this is blocked off. Okay.
Someone's clearing up.
Dick! Shit! Put something between Give me some cover! Man down over here!
Right here, right here.
Stand down! Get your head down! You mess with the road!
Crap, side, your side.
Just get there.
Okay, good work. Okay. Get in the elevator. Okay, it's good, we're good.
Cock-sucking piece of trash! Back it up!
Right here. Do you have a favorite comedian? Not really. Do I hate dogs? No, but I am allergic to a lot of dogs.
Weapons on the ground now! We have you surrounded!
Getaway cars, go! The driver has them in position.
Okay. Let's see what the situation is over here.
Vete a la verga! Hijo de tu puta madre, piece of shit!
We'll probably go a little bit farther too. Okay. Let me go first. Okay, when you jump down, activate the parachute immediately. Okay, come on. Keep going.
You inbred fuck!
Don't worry about it. Just keep going to the cars. Keep going to the cars. Let's get in the white car. Okay, Christine.
Okay, the decoys are go. They're splitting up to cover it. Now's your chance.
should be losing the cops here any moment now.
Just got word from the decoy. We don't have long before they have to tap out.
Yeah, I don't know why people don't use decoys more often. They are actually very useful.
Wow, we really kicked the hornet's nest. It's amazing how fast the police response time is when the guy calling 911 is a billionaire. Or should I say, ex-billionaire after his next insurance premium comes through. Economic justice is a beautiful thing. All right, the decoy is out. You're on your own now.
Oh, okay, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Go to tunnel sewer. No, not really. I like to lose the cops. I don't know why I'm not losing them still, though, yet. I'm out of sight, but I'm still not losing them. Okay, now, finally, now I'm losing them.
Good work. You lost them. And listening to their channels, they are pissed. I'm not one to be premature. I'm not whatever they told you, but hear me when I say that we are on the verge of pulling off the single greatest feat of organized criminality this city has ever seen. Admittedly, I'm knocking myself off the top spot, but that doesn't matter. We are seconds away from the history books, my friends.
Does Mr. Tay still need help selling anything?
Retirement, but professionally at least, it looks like a good call. Yeah? Now, did someone say tequila? Almost there. Find the buyer, and this is a done deal.
Oh, he sold already. Okay. There we go, we got it. What will be my next lore video? I still gotta do that Saboteur lore video, and thank you, Mafia. And what else am I gonna do? I'm gonna do the Pegorino video because people have been requesting that. But I also want to do some few Red Dead lore videos. There's a Red Dead lore video I want to do on the characters, and I also want to do on Edgar Ross. So I'd like to do that too. So I got a bunch of lore content still coming up. Oh, well, still got there nearly 15 minutes. It was still pretty good time. Favorite Mafia game? Probably Mafia 1, I would say, the definitive edition. I liked it a lot. Pearl, do you know how to survive in the wild by yourself? Um, depends on what wild. Exactly. If you're talking about the forest, maybe. But if you're talking about the desert, I wouldn't last in the desert. No, the desert, I wouldn't last in it. Okay, I guess we'll be wrapping up the stream here, guys. I'll still stick around and answer any questions. Would Peregrino last against any of the 3D Mafia families? Maybe the Sindacos, but that wouldn't last very long. They'd kill him too. But I'll still answer a few questions before I go. But if you guys enjoyed the stream, please do drop a like if you guys enjoyed the stream. It does help me out a lot. Let me see any few comments, anything people want to ask me before I go here. James Burke. Wait, who? Hold on a second. Oh, that guy, James Burke. Okay. To answer your question, talk about the mob. Why do people like James Burke, who killed as much as Michael from GTA, glorified and respected, while people like them are equally sadistic as serial killers? I think it's mostly, I think a lot of it is Hollywood too, because James Burke was Jimmy in Goodfellas too. But yeah, these guys are scumbags at the end of the day. People try to glorify gangsters, but gangsters, gangsters are basically just, when you think about it, all they are is just criminals in suits. So, what is your opinion on Dutch Vanderlyn? I think he has some good ideas, but I think over time he started showing his true self and he just went mad and crazy. Thank you, JM. Can you do a lore video on Tanisha, Get in Law, and wait, what? Tanisha, what? Are you talking about Tanisha and GTA? Thank you, Matthew, for the super chat. Were you in a GMC dealership? No. Yes, maybe I'll do one about Tumbleweed and Red Dead Redemption. No, I haven't seen a new Saw movie. No, it was part of my Xbox controller, one of the metal parts that I dropped here on the table. Joey beats up the bathroom guy. Well, yeah, that was The Sopranos, was funny. But I guess I'll be going here, guys. Thank you guys for hanging out with me, and if you guys enjoyed the stream, do drop a like. It does help me out a bit, and I will see you guys. I will see you guys on the next one. Take care, everyone. Have a wonderful day, guys.